I like things a little weird, you know. If you follow me, you know I like. We had some weird shit happen in Naples a couple weeks back. First of all, I don't know if you've ever been to Naples, Florida, but I want to tell you a couple things about Naples, Florida. If we went to Naples, Florida, all of us, we would all be the youngest people in Naples, Florida. Every person in here would be the youngest fucking person in Naples, Florida. Okay? Let me tell you, that place is so old, okay? If you've ever flown into Naples, you get on a plane into Naples, it's old people. And I'm superstitious, man, when I fly. I'm always looking for a sign like, is this the plane that I shouldn't get on? You know? And there's so many old people on those planes. You get on, you're like, is this one going straight to heaven? Or why are there 50 fucking wheelchairs on the ramp out there? It's an old fucking place, right? And by the way, at the place where I play there, it's like also known for its food. So people go there to eat. And every year, there's at least one old dude that doesn't know he's at a comedy show. And he's just got his back to me eating the whole fucking show. Never fucking turns. It's amazing. But this year, okay? And so at that place, because it's also the place where they eat, the seating is banquet style, so long, thin tables. And so people sit basically like you, man. So there's no chairs like this. They're all like back to back. They're sitting like, moped style, you know? And so they're sitting there, and there's a woman here and a man here. And every time I would tell a joke and people would laugh, she would laugh, and then she would turn to the guy behind her, and I could just see her go like this. And turn back. But she would only do it when there was laughter, and then she would turn and just give him a little. And I could see the blood just slowly draining out of this dude's face. And then he just screams, "You're not gonna fucking talk to me like that!" Now I'm gonna tell you something. The only real difference between what she was saying to him and what he was saying to her is that she said her things during the loud parts. He said his thing during the fucking dead quiet part. Yeah. So everybody was like, "Oh, what?" And I look over at him, I go, "Hey, man." I was like, "Hey, I've seen you guys arguing. I'm sorry, you're probably gonna have to leave." And she turns to him and she goes, "Did you hear what he just said to you? He told you to shut the fuck up." And I was like, "No, I did not say that." That didn't come out of my mouth. None of those fucking words did. I'll tell you that right now. And the guy was getting a little feisty, and so the bouncer comes over. Now, by the way, bouncer, he looked just like a taller me. Yeah, I was like, he didn't ask for ketchup, dude. Bring the muscle, you know? The guy's standing here in front of me, and the bouncer was like, "I'm gonna need you to relax." And then the dude stands up. Now, this is the first time we see him. He stands up. He's got his arm in a sling. Right? Florida! You know? And he's got his arm in a sling, and he stands up. And the bouncer goes to him, "Why'd you stand up?" And the guy points at me, and he goes, "I'm gonna kick his ass." The bouncer goes, "If you want to get to him, you gotta go through me." And I was like, boing, okay. Nobody's ever fought for my honor before. That was amazing. I was like, dude, you're getting a hand job for sure tonight. Ladies, I get it. That felt awesome, you know? And so the bouncer was like, "No, dude," he was like, "Dude, but sit back down, you know, I don't want to." And the fucking guy in the sling pulls out a knife. Florida! And dude, by the way, and then the bouncer did something that I've never seen. I've heard of people doing, but I've never seen it. I've seen it like in old movies and old TV shows, but I've never seen it like out in the wild before, you know? Yo, the bouncer fucking karate chopped him. I was like, what the fuck? If he had given him a yeah, I'd have been like, fuck yeah! You've never seen a karate chop in your fucking life. He karate chopped him in the wrist, right? The knife flew out of the guy's hand, and I think the guy went, ah. I think he went, ah. Something like that. And the knife like fucking bing, 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 right? And so the guys, the bouncers and stuff, they jump on this guy, and they pull his arm up, both of them overhead, and you could see there were still stitches and shit where he'd had his surgery. God, dude, he was screaming. You could see the stitches because I forgot to mention, sleeveless shirt, naturally. That's what you were picturing. I didn't need to really add it in, but that is, yep. And the guy's screaming. He's like, ah, my arm, my arm. He's like, you gonna be cool? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be cool. And he dropped his arms. He was not cool. So they pull his arms back over and they grab his fucking feet and he's kicking and shit. And they bring him outside and they hit his head on the door jamb twice. I said to the guy, go, head on the door jamb, honey, it was an accident. I was like, not the second time it wasn't. So they get him outside and his arms are just over his head and the shoulder looks gnarly. And then this was the most Florida thing that happened the entire time I was there. I'm standing next to this older dude and we're just watching. Because I like watching that weird shit. I'm just watching and the guy standing next to me goes, I think he's gonna need another shoulder surgery. I said, you think? And he goes, no, I know, I'm his doctor. I did that surgery.
All right, so when we were coming down here on Wednesday, our bags got lost. We got our flight from Charlotte. Well, we get on the plane, and the pilot was like, this is your captain speaking. We're just doing a little, some routine maintenance. And I leaned to Jacob, I go, we're fucked. He said, he goes, routine maintenance. I'm like, no such fucking thing, no. I go, the guy goes, we're gonna be your 15-minute max. I'm like, get ready to go right now. It's over, you know. An hour, we're on the runway just sitting there for an hour. And he comes on and he's like, everybody the fuck off the plane. He was like, everybody get off. He was like, the plane can't move. I'm like, what? It just landed. The people just got off the plane. Did the pilot walk off this plane like, holy fuck? Don't use that one. We barely made it. It just fucking landed. What do you mean it can't move? I don't understand. Did the people on the plane, were they all like, fucking go? So he was like, everybody off the plane. We got to get off the plane. They tell you to wait in the gate area for an hour. And I'm like, that's not happening. So I go over to the board. And there's 2 flights here. And one is American and one is on Spirit. And I said to Jacob, we better catch that American flight. Now listen, Thursday night I said that, and at the very end of the meet and greet, these two dudes walk up to me, and they go, "Wait, that thing you said about American Spirit." I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "We're both Spirit employees." And I go, "Oh, okay." And I go, "What do you guys do there?" And we're taking a picture together. And he goes, "Oh, we both are mechanics. We work on airplanes." And the dude put his hand on my shoulder. He had 2 fingers. And the other dude had one of the one-eye, cross-eye thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? This explains so much about your airline. And by the way, dude, fucking Spirit HQ, right there, dude. Like every other reputable airline that has their HQ near a Tommy Bahamas, you know. We're in between Urban and Tommy Bahamas. We're Spirit. Fucking. But, okay. So we run to this American gate. And we get there, and there's just somebody in front of us, and they're trying to figure something out. But we were the first people from the other flight to get to this gate. And then this other dude runs in, and he kind of stands behind Jacob, and it's me, and then Jacob, and this dude. And this dude is... And he says it loud enough so we can hear. He goes... I really gotta make it on this flight. And I was like, yep. And he goes, my girlfriend's dad, he died. And I was like, yeah, we gotta go talk to people who are alive. So. You get down there at 8, he's gonna be dead too, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter, really. And plus, maybe if it was your dad, your girlfriend's dad, get the fuck out of here with that. 0% chance. That's not even in my top 10 reasons. Girlfriend's dad? Nah, And so... we get on this plane, and everybody gets on. The dude, girlfriend's dad, gets on too. And we land in Fort Lauderdale, and we're late. When we showed up like maybe 15 minutes before showtime. And so, so we knew we were late. So we land, and I'm trying to run. It's hard to run through the airports in Florida. Because there are just enough old people to make it be like a fucking really frustrating game of Frogger where you're like... I almost picked one dude up and was like, come on, bro, let's fucking go. What the fuck? And we come down here, and we get in the Uber, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. Yo, we've been in like 5 or 6 Ubers, and I love the Latin culture. I love being down here, man. But it's like being invited into a club I did not pay cover for, you know? And whistles and shit. You're in the back like, what the fuck is happening right now?